I want to know why you're in crypto. Why are you in this space? And if you're here and you've gone through this recent crash and then the crash we had yesterday, and for some of you, you've been around years in this space, you're OG, well, what is it for you that keeps you here? I don't think it's just about the money. It's not just about making the money, is it? Of course, that's a part of it. But the highs, yeah, they're great. The lows, they're really intense. There's some thoughts I've been having around this that I want to go over with you as we go into the charts. Being able to look at technical analysis from a different angle. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to that. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for your comments, for sharing the videos, and liking to be able to get this information out to more people. For those of you who are new to the channel, make sure to light up the bell as well so that you get my notifications. My focus, my emphasis with crypto is really to bring a spiritual element to it, to be able to, when we talk about expanding crypto consciousness, that we're not just looking at the technical analysis or the fundamental analysis. That, you see, my thinking in this last 24 hours, I feel that the more I stay in crypto, that the more intuitive I'm becoming. Because in my day job, how I get paid, how I make money is as an intuitive. I'm an intuition coach. I'm also an award-winning HarperCollins author. And I've just noticed that my sessions lately with my clients have just been through the roof, amazing. And I am attributing that to going through these crashes that have occurred, going through this mini bear cycle. I believe it's a mini bear cycle, or one of our wonderful crypto angels referred to it as a cub cycle in this wild bull market. And it's opening me up. Over 25 years ago, when I started to really use my intuitive ability, my clairvoyance got awakened from doing yoga, from doing hatha yoga. Now trading is opening me up a whole nother level from being in these markets and being connected here with you. It is blowing my mind because I went, why would I want to be in this space when there is so much volatility and there's these whales and then there's this backbiting on Twitter and people get really crazy and the fear and the greed. And I'm starting to get to a place, I don't know where I'll be with this tomorrow or the day after that or a week or a month from now. I don't know. But how I feel right now today is that this experience of this market, everything that is happening is strengthening me. It is giving me clarity in a way that I've never had in my life. And I want to get into also, I'm going to share my thoughts with this. I know in my last video, I answered, we shared some of your comments as well, and I answered some of those things. I'm just processing so much right now. And then I'm working with a lot of clients when I'm not on here. And then I have my 11-year-old son as well. And I want to reply to each one of your comments personally. And so sometimes it's just taking me a few days to get to it, but I'm reading all of them and I appreciate them so much. And I appreciate you. I love you for that. And I just, I really feel it here in my heart. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. And I felt a little bit weird there saying I love you, but I do. I do feel this appreciation for you very, very much because you're helping me grow and to become a better person. I'm really learning to let go of judgment here. So I want to start off here with Bitcoin, and then we're going to go to some of your comments, some of your wonderful comments, and we're going to have a little conversation around that. So the other day when all this drama happened with Gate the experience I had with whether we will see whether it's because of regulation or technical error, I don't know. I mean, I have my thoughts on it, and I think it's probably a combination of both. And so I converted a number of currencies that I had into Bitcoin, and then I stuck up on some more Shiba. And so I bought in right at, let me see, where did I go in at on Bitcoin? I went in like right around 34,500, and I thought I was doing well. And then it dropped off the cliff yesterday. I want to know from you what you think in terms of, since this, it's gone crazy on Twitter with Trump on Fox. What are your thoughts on what happened there? Because first of all, it's Elon's crashing the market. Then it's Trump's crashing the market. It's the whales. The thought that came to me was, it doesn't really matter. Like, nothing's going to stop the progression, the manifestation of Bitcoin as a hedge, and that blockchain is here to stay. I mean, there's so much evidence of it. There's so much evidence. So I've been just trying to take a step back from it all and not get mad at Elon and not get cross with Trump, to put aside my disappointments, and that there is power to one's words. The other thought that I had as well, this idea of where we see these people who are influencers, and I was like, influence. I like this idea of more of being a creator, that each one of us is a creator. We create our outcomes for our lives. I don't want to have influence on anyone. I want to be able to be an inspiration and to inspire others to have control of their own lives, to be able to feel empowered no matter what the market's doing. Because when everything was euphoric, even actually when things got really euphoric in the market, I actually felt quite uncomfortable. I felt uneasy. And maybe that's because some part of me had a sense that this crash was coming, but I didn't consciously know it. I just didn't, because it was like, oh, wow, it's euphoric. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this keep going. I hadn't gone through that before. I hadn't gone through these extremes from fear and greed. And I'm very grateful for that. So here's what I want to share with you from a spiritual perspective of, when we look at trading, and I was like, oh, okay, this is echoing this pattern here, where over a several day prior to this crash with Bitcoin here, right, we were going sideways, consolidate, what I thought was consolidation. And for those who are swing trading, one could go in at around, I guess a little bit, here it was around 35,000 up to 36,500. And if we were going to take a range for trading, and I'm going to get to the spiritual part of this in a moment. Hang on a second, just bear with me, because I really hope this is valuable to you, what I'm going to share with you here. I believe it will be, because it's helping me. It's helping me. I hope it will with you. So look, so this trading range here is 3.6%. I mean, for someone that's going to swing trade or day trade and moving between those margins, I mean, really to do it safely, there's like a 2% gains. You have to go with a pretty hefty trade. You'd have to have quite a lot of money on the sidelines. I think I saw someone, a YouTube video pop up the other day, the thumbnail, it was, I made 480,000 in a day. I mean, wow. I didn't look, maybe they must have been doing some hardcore leverage, which I would not do right now. I personally don't do it. And they would have to be trading with a serious amount of money, which for many people who are here, who are in retail in the space, some of you, there is a group of you here within Crypto Angel Network that are very, very experienced traders. And thank you for answering questions for newer here, especially when I'm processing stuff and I'm like, I can't answer things right now. I'm like in this inner space. So trading this at the moment, it's hard. I think it's very hard to do trading, day trading at the moment. December, January, what I think very easy for day trading. I was pretty new to it all, and it was easy for me to make gains. Right now, I think it is very, very hard to do that. And the best thing to do is to hodl, hodl whatever you're going to hodl. Now, let's just take a look here at, right, this was a line of support. You could say that support was here. It doesn't really matter, between 34, right, 34 and this 35 area here. And then the Trump thing happened right here, and we dropped off the cliff. Now, the spiritual part of this that I'm really thinking about here is this idea of support and resistance, right? We had support here. And the support, we could say, okay, it's a green line I've stuck here. It's a line of support. We're talking numbers. But that line of support is every single investor, trader that is here within this space. And that if we stay in the market, if we stay in a particular crypto, a particular asset, we are supporting, we are part of that support. You could say we are being a crypto angel. So like back in the day when there was angel investors, and angel investors would support someone with a startup, or you would have in a way a private bank would act as an angel investor in some capacity to that entrepreneur, to that business owner. What happens then when you take away your support? Let's say you bought in at a certain level and you're part of that support, and then you pull out from that. Just something to think about. And I've started thinking about it. I've been thinking about it a lot in the last few weeks. And I think sometimes that was why, some of you said to me, Joanna, don't get too emotional with trading. Don't get too attached. Maybe it's because I feel like, wow, I'm going in, I'm supporting something, I feel good. And then I don't want to be in that thing anymore. And deciding, what am I going to stick in? What am I going to go out of? Now, when there is resistance with something, being able to break through, that resistance is more about, it's not just about a price, what will pay, supply and demand. I think it also comes down to a belief about what is possible, whether a project can take off in a certain way. And then part of the resistance that gets created is from gossip, right? FUD is really it. Gossip. It's very, what I know from it, one would experience at school. And when people would get bitchy, and when there's gossip and there's things being spread, even though there's great things happening out there. So right now for Bitcoin, right, we got Venmo and PayPal, and Square is going to Bitcoin mining. I mean, mass adoption. We are at the early stages of mass adoption from a corporate and country level, different countries. And yet, did really what Trump said, how much of that was panic selling? But if we look and zoom out and we go to the future, I still feel strongly, and that's why I went back into Bitcoin. I'm like, I'm going to take my position in Bitcoin again. I went in, I went out, I went in, I went out. I did day trading with it. I did swing trading with it in the last few months. Then I'm like, I'm done with it. And now I'm back in it again. How do I know from what I'm going to do? I say I'm going to hodl. I just don't know. I have to go day by day and just trust whatever is happening in the moment. So let me just go back to this idea of everything dropped off the cliff here. And so here we had our support, and we always talk about support and resistance. These things are flipping. As we start to look at the charts, what more can we learn about how we think? Our fear, our greed. And if you say, well, I'm not greedy or I'm not fearful, it's just not true, because we all have it within us. And in these past few months, one of the greatest gifts I've received is being able to see, wow, I didn't realize that I could be so fearful. I could get triggered so easily. I could get so panicked. Because I've been in self-help for coaching people in this space for 25 years. I'm meant to be a spiritual leader within this space. And there were times definitely where I got very, very triggered. So there's sometimes where I was doing a video every day. Well, when I started off, I was doing a video every few days and I was doing a video every day. But what I've had to do at certain points, sometimes I don't do a video every day. My intention is to do a video every day. But if I'm not totally centered and grounded and connected, I'm not going to do a video, because I only want to bring you the best of me when I feel really plugged in, really attuned. So I'm going to take new support and resistance. This idea of what is happening, what happened here energetically. Forget like what Trump said, forget what Elon, etc., etc. How can you attune at a deeper level to, I don't feel bad about this. This dip here inside of me, I feel calm. I'm not worried when I look that my portfolio has gone down several more thousand. I'm not worried at all. I'm really not. I feel quite calm about it, because I feel progress. I feel progress that is there and coming. And this again is more sort of like at the spiritual, metaphysical level. So let me just go here and I'm just going to add in, let's take, we're going to go horizontal line, and let's go with support. So right now we're going to see if we're going to break down even more. Have I got this line thick enough? Yes. We're going to go here. So we bounced at, let's go, can I just zoom this out slightly so I can make this a bit big for you? Yes. Okay, let me move, can I move this down? Okay, right around here. And then we had the wick that went down to just under 31,000, but we're looking, let's just say it's around 31,000 is that support. So we went from, several thousand support. Now, if we break down from, here, it looks like we're about to go through another period of consolidation. We could go down to, I know that next sign of support was 20,000. So let's just take, and I want to look at this again from not just the technical, and I encourage you, let me know in the comments your thoughts. What do you feel from this at a human level, a fear, greed? How are we progressing in consciousness in terms of humanity? Because the way I see it right now, we are in an economic war. We're in an absolute economic money war, and we're in an information war. It's been going on for a while, but now it's stepping up a whole nother level. And I can just see people going crazy out there. People are going nuts. It's very important to be able to take care of yourself, to be able to take a step back. And that we have to remember that these charts, even though there's only a certain part of the world participating in these markets, the fact that you're here in this space, you are more progressive, you are visionary. Some people are just coming to the space by accident, maybe because they're very greedy. And but then they're getting, I think in some capacity, they're going to end up having a spiritual awakening. I don't see how one can come into crypto and not go through some type of spiritual awakening. So here, let's just look, I'm going to put this here. This new line of resistance is just over 33,000. So I think what's going to happen in these, in this next couple of days, if we look here, what was it? It was from like around, going back to around, what was it, like the 5th to this is a different day. It was like over around a 2-3 day period of consolidation, and we dropped. So let's just look at this range. If you had a lot, not investment advice, if you had a lot of money, if you got some serious money on the sidelines to day trade, I guess you could, I'm going to the wrong tool here. You could go day trade this. Let's just look at the price range to see what that would be. Going from, let's go from here and we go down to here. So what do you got? I mean, it's a bigger range than here. We saw it was around 3.5% here, 5.5% range to trade with. Buy at the bottom here. I guess one would put in, gosh, if I had like 25 grand to day trade with, I'd put an entry point at right around 31,500. Maybe I'd even try and go a tiny bit below that, where the wick was right at 31,137. But if I wanted to make sure I got in on that trade, I'd go in at 31,500. And then I would go up to, I would exit at 33,000, go in at 31,500 and exit at 33,000. And it's going to give you like, you're trading at, 5% there, in, out, in, out. I mean, over the next 2-3 days, that's what it looks like. And for those of you who are brave and leverage trade, good luck with that. But that's what I'm seeing with that. So I imagine we're going to, I don't see how we got another green, we got a green candle here. So we're starting to move up again, and we're going to go retest. And then I guess we're going to come back down. There's no way that, I just don't see how in this next 2-3 days that we're going to break out above 33.3. And then when we do from that, then we got to go, we got to go back up to where we were and then back up. It's like, we got to be patient. And then Max Kaiser had said, 100,000 Bitcoin in June. I don't know, maybe who knows, like suddenly it just turns. It's like the energy is just clear and boom, and it's a liftoff. Maybe there's just going to be a little bit of delay with it, because this feels like there's so much of sort of manipulation and outside forces with this. So we're going to look at probably in the next couple of days, if we're at what date is it today? Is it the 8th? I'm trying to remember what the date is. I can't remember what the date is. I think it's the 8th of, it's the 8th of February. What's going to happen? I'd say probably by 10th, but around the 11th, 10th or 11th, we're going to know, are we going to break down and we're going to go down to 20 grand? And if we go down to 20 grand, it'll be interesting that it could be a few more days of consolidation, and maybe it'll go down even lower again. I'd be surprised if it does. And if it does, I'm not concerned about it. I feel peaceful about it. And maybe that's because on some instinctive level, I look forward to the end of the year and I go, everything that's down now is going to be up. So if we then just let's go to, I'm going to go to let's see what happened with the hourly. No, let's go to the 1 day. I want to go to that. And then let me just see if I can move this tool down here. I just want to look at the overall, what was that overall range right down there? Let's just take that tool to look at the overall, what was that overall price range? We went all the way down to here. So let's just go we're back down at this, right? The same line. So go from here and see what that percentage is all the way up to here. Really? Like it can't be almost 100%. That's because I've gone from further back here from January, I guess. It looks like almost 100%. I'm too far zoomed out. But from January, it looks like it's too far zoomed out for me to do it on that tool. But that's what it feels like. And overall, if we went from here, this is better. Let me go from here. Let me take that tool again. And I think, again, it's not looking so much from oh, wow, look at that. It's just like dropping off the cliff. Let's go here and then go all the way. Let's just go up to here. This is 102% there, from all the way from that top down to here. That's what I have on that, 102%. And I think it's a really good opportunity to just regroup and come back to the question of what I was saying in the beginning of, why are you in crypto? Besides like the gains, why are you in it? That's what I want to know from you. What keeps you in it? Because it is intense. It's really intense. Now, we had talked about the exchanges. I just wanted to take a moment where we, in my other videos, the last couple of days, I talked about Gate, the drama with Gate. I want to go to your comments in a moment just to address that. And we're going to see the placements of the exchanges right now. We got Binance is in the #1 spot with a 24-hour volume of 35 billion and 367 coins. Coinbase Exchange is in the #2 position and has a 24-hour volume of almost 5 billion and 65 coins. I mean, wow, they've increased their coins in the last few months quite a bit. And, it's interesting looking at from Binance, those weekly visitors, 38.5 million. And then Coinbase, moving up with their visitors there, heading towards 4 million. Definitely growing. And that's why in the long run, we know that blockchain, everything, a lot of this crypto that's out there is going to go up. It would be like patience, grasshopper, for when to leave the temple. Kraken is in the #3 position. I've never liked Kraken Exchange. I found it a nightmare to try and get onto. I just didn't. I remember back in 2017, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the interface. I find it too clunky. Volume, 2.3 million. Weekly visits, 3.5 million. And 69 coins. It says here, right? They put it as coins, tokens. Huboy Global, out of, I think, Singapore, I think, 10, close, just shy of 10 million volume with 1.47 million weekly visits and 333 tokens, not a small amount. And we got KuCoin, 1.9 million almost of volume, 1.9 million weekly visits, and even more coins, 359 coins. Bitfinex, which is connected, right, that does US dollar tether, which I don't trust for my life. I would not go near Bitfinex exchange. I think it's a little bit shady, just my opinion. Not investment advice, just what I'm thinking from my research. I've done quite a bit of research and I don't like what I see. I would never use them. So they have a volume of 1.338 billion. I had to take a moment there, and just over 1 million users and 136 tokens. We've got Binance US that has increased their tokens a lot since January. They have 1.35 billion volume with 1.5 million weekly visitors and 54 coins. And then Gate.io, which, my regular core of crypto angels, I was a raving fan of, and I have just exited Gate Exchange because it terrified me what happened. And I'm a Scorpio. I'm very loyal. I'm very trusting until when things start to go wrong, that's it. When I'm done with something, I'm done and there's no opening back up. Even if I forgive, I don't forget. And so Gate, I love so many things about it, but I just don't love what's happening on the exchange. It's too scary for me. Crypto's risky enough as it is. I just don't need to go and play Russian roulette. So Gate right now has a volume of 1.1 billion with almost 1.9 million weekly visits, a lot, and 680 tokens now. I mean, it's gone crazy. Look how many tokens they have. Because if you look, Binance has 367 and KuCoin 359. And then, Coinbase and Binance US very much in line. It's interesting because at one point, Binance US had more than Coinbase, and then Coinbase just kicked it up a notch and added them more. But you can it looks like Gate.io has the most amount of tokens. We got Bitstamp, we got Thumb, Gemini Exchange, right? The Winklevoss brothers, 400 and like close to 500 million volume with close to 500,000 weekly visits and 45 coins. And I know some people I've used Bittrex. I'm not wild on it. I mean, it took things like had XRP and Doge before they were on other exchanges. So they're normally a little bit more cutting edge, and I know they do more features. I just didn't like the interface with it. I'm not wild on using that. And, you can look at these Bitmax. I don't, haven't used, can't use that. I know that Persistence XRP launched on that. And, but yeah, I mean, Gate, this is my concern. I mean, they have so many tokens on there now, which attracted me to the exchange, and I think why they've grown so fast. But too scary for me, too much. So the last thing I want to do is go over to some of your comments and address that, because sometimes I need to just sit down and be able to reply. Remember to watch out for the spammers that pretend to be me with, it's not me, I'm never going to do a WhatsApp or a number. And then watch out for these people where it's like, it has a comment and then all these other likes and comments, and they say, oh, my trader this in the Telegram group. Just be aware of that. So an update here. Django Root says that they still trade SafeMoon, SafeMars Pig normally. They didn't get any message from them, and they live in Ohio. So that's good to know. Again, you got to do what feels right for you. I'm not going to do Gate now unless I have to with something with a certain token for trading. But I've moved the majority of my tokens off onto a cold Coinbase wallet, and we'll see how long I can just let it sit there, because who knows. Kenneth Moore, one of our crypto angels, and I wanted to share this with you. Kenneth says, been in crypto since 2017 and lost a full Bitcoin and some Ethereum in 2017-18 between two scam exchanges, Costs and BitGrail. Kept me away from crypto for a while. I got that same scammy vibe from Gate with the high withdrawal fees and some other mishaps. Yeah, these fees, right, Kenneth? And some of the other here, they're insane. They're through the roof. It's something like, oh, to do this trade for SafeMars, or for a pig, we're adding this extra 10% on. And I understand the gas fees with things, but I mean, I'm not seeing that to the same degree on Binance or Binance US or Coinbase for these trades. So you make a very interesting point there for us to be aware of. Problem is they sell a lot of coins. Most others don't. Exactly. That was why I'd seen your comment, and I wanted us to all go through and look at the exchanges and look at their volume and look at how many tokens there are. And, and you can figure out the ratios from there. I like their trade platform. It's a shame because I feel the same as you. Would never hold my coins in an exchange on and off into my wallet. It's that smart. I've just started using a wallet. KuCoin is good for that, but only in and out. If you're looking to invest in a coin exchange project to replace Gate token, check out Frontier. I've never heard of Frontier. That is interesting. I'm sure Kuchi Sensei knows about Frontier. And so yeah, we'll check that out. Pretty impressive project in my opinion. The token front is ERC20, so that's Ethereum based, so high fees when swapping Ethereum for it, but I think you can stake them at a high rate. They're under $1 now with about only 100 million supply. I can see them getting to 100 or more once this Frontier project catches on. Very cool, interesting. Okay, Stephen Harrison saying price prediction for Ethereum by summertime 2024, 20K, 2024, of course. I mean, 2024, that's like 3 years away, at least 20K. I mean, I think that would be like a new norm. Yes, I mean, I am a big fan of Ethereum. I know some people say Cardano is going to be an Ethereum killer. I think Ethereum is going to be around for the long haul. And I think why I feel very positive about Ethereum, a lot of people that are building projects on Ethereum layer 1 have a core of a spiritual nature. I feel they're very aware. And The other thing is that I see that Ethereum keeps pivoting, is progressing, is making changes, like the EIP 1559, the London fork, the Berlin fork, going from proof of work to proof of stake, and they're making a lot of changes. They're open to working with other projects for layer 2, for scalability, for interoperability. And it's a very positive thing. I don't say, yeah, I think I said about a month and a half ago, I was like, gosh, when is Ethereum going to take more, hit the number 1 spot and overtake Bitcoin? And that seems to be more and more, I can see that becoming a reality. I don't know when. I think it could happen. Is it going to happen this year? I mean, I doubt this year, but you're talking about 2024, maybe around then. I would be very surprised if Ethereum does not flip Bitcoin. But I would be surprised if Bitcoin, ever moved out of down to number 3 or number 4 spot. Because I think that things as Bitcoin becomes more and more solidified, accepted, that it will maintain its place. So I don't know if it'll be flipped by Ethereum. I can see it happening. I just don't think it's decided yet from a sort of like an intuitive perspective. We'll see what unfolds, because I think Bitcoin is the community is flexible to agree, is making improvements as well. Or something cool I wanted to share that came to my email inbox that I thought was interesting. I don't hold Doge. I do have Shiba. I've got a whole load of Shiba. Is that this was interesting. Doge coin now available in iTrust Capital Crypto IRA 401k retirement accounts. And so the fact that, that in an IRA before it was more just Bitcoin or Ethereum or a chain link, the fact that Doge is going in there for a 401k is, this stuff's here to stay. So for, who is it in our community? I'm blocking your name out of my head now because you were just absolutely slamming Shiba and Doge and these other tokens that you said they won't be around to stay. See, I disagree. I mean, they are, when you've got investors like Raoul Paul going in and putting, having in their portfolio Doge, it's here to stay. So let's see. Hobart Green has said, nice. I did read this before. Nice video though. Everyone loves the luxury lifestyle, right? But why is no one here talking about Bitcoin? So this is one of these spammers, I think, because look, see, you got to watch out for this. See, it seems normal. Then it has 22 replies. Invest in Bitcoin gold, blah, blah, blah. Crypto is the new gold. I want to trade in crypto. And then it's going to show more replies. And then what will happen is they'll say, oh, here's some Telegram group. See, wait for it, wait for it. There you go. Anna Rose, here's the number, reply. Show more replies. This is crazy. So you've got to watch for this. These are not real conversations like we have, like Justin Barr and Ray Climaco and DK Crypto. And, we all actually do chat. So this, you've got to watch out. That's another type of spammer. I'm going to report them because I don't want your stuff here, especially for our community crypto angels who are newer here. And Travis McDonald lives in Texas and he's like, I've got no issues with my gate. Thank God. Good. I'm happy for you. And KYC as being in the US, not having any issues, just use the UK as your country. I'm not going to use the UK. I know I have an English accent. I'm an American citizen and I was fully KYC and I have been able to get my stuff off the exchange. But after being everything frozen and locked out, I'm not taking that risk. Now, this seems a little bit more esoteric. Pammy Rogers says, according to Crypto Viewing Channel and Patreon, they remote viewed a major exchange going down that will be huge news. A lot of us thought it would be Binance because of all the problems described on the Reddit board. I'd have to see if this is this for real? Sort of like CIA remote viewing, but for crypto. Very interesting. Thank you, Jay Lizard, correcting me sometimes on these numbers here. And I'm not going to go through all of this now. The Gate not being transparent about anything, that pisses me off. Yeah, they're not being transparent. Sometimes I've reached out to their customer. I still haven't heard back from their customer service. I think it was Theo Payne here, heard back from April on a live chat. I've heard nothing back. When they have written to me originally, it's "Dear Sirs." I'm like, "Dear Sirs?" Go figure. Anyway, and Shamal, I'm from California, Los Angeles. I've been trying from yesterday to transfer my crypto to Coinbase and Trust Wallet, but not able to do that. Seeing exceed your daily withdrawal limit. How can I transfer my coins? I mean, to a daily withdrawal limit, you'd have to have some serious amount of crypto in there. You should be able to just go put your address, do all your Google Authenticator verification. Normally, when you're transferring funds, in my experience, you have to verify with a text message, an email, and Google Authenticator. It's a 3-step process. David Johnson says use a DeFi platform. Yeah, if only I could figure out how to do MetaMask properly and my Coinbase wallet not working with Uniswap. I'm just hodling my stuff now, but you are right. You are right. And we talked about Ledger Wallet yesterday. That's on yesterday's video. But for those of you who missed that, again, more of our community here. DM saying steer clear of Ledger. Pammy Rogers says, yeah, don't buy from Amazon. And I know Kuchi Sensei talked about that yesterday as well. This is where the comments are so valuable from the community. And I like to highlight you because you know lots of good stuff. This is one of those spam things. That's not me. Just ignore that. If you see something like that, don't even respond to it or say, I know you're a scammer, because it's like, it doesn't matter. It's not me. Last comment here that I'm going to share with you. Willie4286 says, I was a big Gate.io user, never had problems before. I don't know going forward. Simple Swap.io, really easy. You just need your public wallet address to have crypto sent. No KYC or MetaMask involved. I've seen a few YouTubers talking about the Tether scam. Yeah, I did multiple videos on that. I've used it for trading with, but I never keep money in Tether. I do keep a little in US dollar coin. And yeah, I mean, US dollar coin is backed by Coinbase. And I just think it's legit, and because it's backed by Coinbase and it's been verified by certified American accountants, it's a proper certification process. I feel I can trust it. But when I started going into this Tether stuff a few weeks ago, I was feeling uneasy. And then when this stuff happened with Gate, I'm just like, I'm taking that as a sign. I'm just getting the hell off of it. And that's it. So I'm sorry. I just want to say that, when I share something here, I'm like, this is what I'm doing. And then you have gone into Gate because I was in Gate. That was one of the other things the other evening where I just went, as I was going through, I was like, oh my gosh, my friends, my community here that have gone into Gate, because I went in and yeah, I'm just learning I'm going through this process. It does feel like the Wild West to me, and I'm just figuring things out as I go along and sharing it in real time as I'm processing it, and it's happening. So you must always do your own due diligence. And whatever you do, whatever decision you make, whether you do something or don't do something, you have to just take responsibility for it, because I don't have control over your circumstance. I don't have control over Gate Exchange. I don't have control over Wales or what former presidents of the United States say. We have no control over any of it. So I would just say, with the markets down right now, this is a great opportunity to really refocus, like I said at the beginning, and I'm going to leave you with this here at the end, which is, why are you in crypto? Besides the fact to make money, to get your money to work for you, why are you here in this space? And let me know in the comments. And I appreciate you very much. And I am sending you lots of love, and I look forward to connecting with you next time.